Hey, friends, families, and foes, welcome to the Ressies, episode 14.
I like that a lot.
I need to spew.
That was
Walk out the room therapy.
Guys, we're back here with the familiar suspects. We've got Trey, we've got Checkman, we've got myself, Willie T.
Trey's having a heart attack in the corner over there.
Trey, Trey and I've been really sick this week.
I just choked on Will's gag.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's a good recovery. I like that.
That's a funny old gag. But it's not just us three today. We've been joined by probably one of the most well-known YouTubers on the AFL scene. It's CARDMAN22.
It's clapping. Yeah, it's CARDMAN22.
Waving to the invisible crowd. That's the reason we got a live audience of
thousands,
man. Thousands.
We just told them not to make any noise during the podcast.
Yeah.
Finish, you know.
So, Cardy, we've had plenty to do with you this year. We've been to heaps of footy games. We went and watched the Matildas at Fed Square with you, and you've been coming to our cricket games and saving our cricket vlogs. What's probably been the, not only hanging out with us, but because we're legends.
We're pretty cool guys.
What's been the highlight of your year?
In general?
Yeah, just in general.
I'd probably still have to say gather round, like honestly as a whole. Footy weeks can't really top that, honestly.
Absolutely fair.
So
we didn't really bump into you, gather round. Maybe very briefly. We saw you on the hills, your 21st birthday.
Yeah, no, it was 20th actually, but
20th.
during gather round we weren't really
next year.
as close, were we? Like,
no, we hadn't really met each other at that point. We just, but maybe we met each other for the first time.
Yeah,
together.
I definitely knew you were. Like, I've been following you for
bumped in. Yeah, we've been watching your goal kicking challenges. I've got it in the show notes later on. We're going to talk heaps about gather round. We also bumped into you on the top end. What do we call it? The Sunshine State.
The top end is
Brisbane.
No, there's
Far North
the Sunshine State.
Yeah,
the Sunshine State. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I was looking for the right terminology. We were on the Gold Coast. We went to the Gabba and being the card man, travelling around Australia this year, going to lots of footy.
Wasting more money.
We saw you at Sydney versus Brisbane.
I think it was Sydney, Brisbane,
Yeah, at the Gabba. And we had a chocky milk and some meat pies and some hot dogs and
That's
whatever
strange.
else.
Why were you there?
It's a good question. I thought the same
Mr.
for you
Worldwide.
until I realised you were there for the fight. But me and so UCAT, we were like every year from like last year because we went to the showdown. We're like, let's just pick a random fixture at a random time that we think will be a good game and just go there for the sake of it.
Yeah,
neither
fair
of us
enough.
been to the Gabba, so we're just like, why not? We knew Crouchy, he was there as well, so we linked up with him.
Good mate,
Very
good man,
Very
Crouchy.
good
He's a great man.
And yeah, I didn't even know you were going to be at the game until I saw like a story in the second quarter.
Literally the same back at you. We were expecting to just sit in the stands and whittle away and not know anything.
I was on Twitter my thumbs all day and did
then
absolutely nothing.
It felt like we're back in Melbourne. It felt like we were back with the boys. This is the band reunited at the Gabba.
Except the Gabba's played on Mount Everest. It's a hill and
yeah, look,
ground.
it's
you can't
it's
see
not
the
the
other side of
greatest.
the oval.
You cannot see the opposite
stadium.
wing from a wing.
But we made the most of it. We did make the most of it.
Well, I first met Cardy a few years ago when
Oh, you've known him longer than me.
Yes, when we were at
of course.
when we were at a ball
bragging
magnet
bragging
shoot.
rights.
We were
Actually, no, it wasn't. It was before. It was remember the game? Dosso's Demons?
Oh yes,
That's when
actually, yes,
I
Dosso's
didn't know the
Demons.
hell you were, not going to lie. I thought
Yeah,
like some
no, I was
random has-been for the fourth, but you know.
Still is a random ass being.
Mate,
Yeah, but he's not as
still
random.
there.
He's
No, we
got a decent following now.
Now he's the plane guy.
we we linked up in the Dosso's Demons game in Geelong, and then obviously at the ball magnet shoot we were doing some things. Cardy kicked a goal against Paddy
That was-
Cripps.
I've
Beat
seen-
Paddy Cripps
I've
in the
seen
goal
that
kicking
video.
comp.
That's huge.
I was recommend watching that. It was a good video actually. Very
It was
good
unreal.
viewing.
Hey, we'll talk a bit more Cardy in the next segment
We're going
because
to get to know him really well. We're going back to school. We're going back to the school of Cardman.
Yeah.
deep dive
learning
analysis
School of Rock.
about
The
Cardy.
textbook of CARDMAN22.
The Cardy Encyclopedia.
What's CARDMAN 101?
Yes, I like that.
All right, Cardy, we're going to kick it off, getting to know Cardman. I'm going to title it Cardman 101. I don't mind that. It's a bit,
I like that a lot.
That's a
bit of a
good
play.
title.
The gag is related because his name is Cardman22, and 101 is what they put behind university degrees or in movies.
Just mansplained that to me.
So you take the 22 because it's numbers, and you replace it with 101, which is about university degree.
Maybe I should change.
And we're learning
That's
about
named it,
it.
101.
Yeah, Cardman 101. Look, more numbers, 31.5 thousand, 31,500. That's the number. Numerology, Cam Mooney.
My brain's gonna
Cam Mooney,
explode.
yeah.
That's how many followers he has on YouTube, all right? And we've just started our YouTube channel up recently. We've started posting some vlogs at the cricket, and we're doing some vlogs at footy. I thought how the hell do I learn about YouTube? Because I don't know anything about it. We had Caden McDonald in here, and all he did was talk about vanilla ice cream the whole podcast.
Oh, just yeah.
So I'm
on Caden with that though. It's a flavour.
So it was a good podcast.
If it's a good vanilla, it's a good flavour.
But I was like, maybe I'll secretly bring Caden in and learn about YouTube. No, didn't learn much about YouTube. So we're getting Cardman in today. I'm going to kick it off. I want to learn about YouTube. I want to know the ins and outs of building a YouTube channel. I'm not saying we're successful, but I know some basics of TikTok. I know some basics of Instagram. I know some basics of Twitter.
You love it at Twitter.
I don't know much about YouTube, all right? It's fresh to me.
I know how to watch YouTube.
Yeah.
I do as well, don't worry.
So I want all your advice. Hopefully there's some listeners out there that want to learn about YouTube too. So Cardy, you've built it up. 30,000 followers is a pretty amazing achievement on YouTube. I'd say Caden's got a few more, but he is probably up there at the top. I'd say you're the next best YouTuber in the AFL scene. Like you are.
The next biggest for sure.
I'm going to say, yeah, he's up there with he's one of the GOATs of YouTube.
Yeah, has to be true.
Popularity, view-wise, getting to lots and lots of games, getting lots and lots of content. You've been smashing the YouTube for a few years. I've definitely found myself watching the goal kicking with subs.
Yeah,
they've been a
that always
massive
gets me.
I can't even tell you how many times we have sat, myself, Shrey, even Will, sometimes Jim.
Always.
2 a.m,
Always me.
scrolling YouTube footy videos. It just happens. We just find ourselves rinsing YouTube video after YouTube video, the Prime vlogs, the Caden vlogs.
Yeah.
Cardman, goal kicking challenge. I could tell you every single kick that happens in some of them because we've watched them that many times.
Genuinely.
But where did the channel start? Where was this? When did you start making YouTube videos?
I started like 6 years ago in 2017. So I started hence the name, as a card opening channel. So I just would open
AFL cards?
Yeah, AFL cards, team coach cards. Because I was collecting them for my childhood pretty much. And 2015, 16, like I was watching other channels do similar things, but they were like very raw in what they did, like maybe 100, 200 subscriber channels. So nothing massive. I just figured, why not do it myself? So the day the new cards were released, 2017, I went out, got 5 packs, created the channel from there, and just thought I'd post it, see who watches it. Wasn't getting anything out of it. I didn't think I was going to end up getting a career out of it or anything, like no monetization or anything like that. I just was doing it for fun.
Just started? What? Yeah. How old were you at that point?
I started when I was 13.
Yeah.
But then I turned 14 a few weeks after that as well. I sounded like I was 7. Not gonna.
I see a lot of the young lads out of the footy a lot, and then you'd see them as well. We see them at games. There's just a lot of 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old kids coming through the ranks that are learning YouTube and are slaying it and coming up through the ranks. So it's be interesting to see where they are in 6 years. If that was you 6 years ago, just going out buying 5 packs. I meet them all the time at games. They can't want to chat about Ressies or Chalky Milk, and I've got my own YouTube channel, and I make an effort to go follow them and watch some of their content, because it's inspiring to see these kids come through. You started with the 5 packets of footy cards. Where did it lead to? Were you getting boxes? Did you?
I got a box on my birthday. I had a bit of a tradition with my dad. He'd buy me one on my birthday, but nothing really took off at all in the first year. It was like 100 subs.
What sort of view counts were we getting? Just to give the kids that are coming through, these ones that I meet at games that might have like 15, 20 subscribers.
I'll say one thing for anyone that actually wants, I wouldn't say cheap views, but like views when you're starting. They are not the worst way of getting views. Like the new cards come out, you can get a couple thousand putting in like no effort. So they got okay, like decent for like a startup channel, but like nothing more than like 50 in the first day. They could spike up to 2K maybe by the end of the year, but you know, nothing crazy, obviously, 100 subs.
Do you remember when your first video sort of, I say, blew up? Would probably call it like
the first video that got lots of views.
Surpassed the views that you were getting on your normal videos.
Yeah, so it wouldn't have been until like 2 years later. So 2018 was the same. I was obviously over time getting a little bit better, so I started to learn how to edit very basically. Because I remember one of my first few videos, the way I set up the camera, I had my phone on like the KFC bucket to get at the cricket, stacked on like a couple of like random
That's a good
books,
tripod.
and I'd have it on the top. And then like midway through filming it like collapsed, and instead of just editing that part out and just putting another clip in, I just uploaded that video because I didn't know how to edit.
Mate, raw footage.
I'm just going to do a part 6 now, guys.
So you were just running flat vlogs,
pretty much.
So just start to finish.
Uncut, everything was raw and uncut.
I remember when I started, it's a bit off tangent, but when I started DJing, I used to make mixtapes, and I didn't know how to make them, so I just would record from start to finish. I didn't know you could go back through and edit the mix.
Yeah.
And I'm talking 2-hour mixtapes, and sometimes I'd screw up a transition or screw up a song, and it would be like an hour and 40 minutes in. And I would just not know how to cut that bit. That you can cut the minute out. I would go back to the start, and I remember one time I recorded like the 6th take, and I'm talking like 10 hours start to finish. You know, 2-hour mix. I'm there for 10 hours standing, just trying to get this 2-hour mixtape recorded. And then eventually I learned you can just put the audio file in the computer, cut the minute out, and replace it with a new, fresh working mix.
Computers must have been different back in the
in the
1800s.
Yeah, they would be different then.
But I know what you like there. That just when you're not editing, but you just get it out, and it was a painful time in my life. I remember I wasted a lot of hours, but it's part of the learning process. So with the editing, what did you start on? You said you're filming on your phone on a KFC bucket.
So I started on like iMovie. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I started the first year. I genuinely feel like 2018 would have been the first time. I didn't make thumbnails either. Didn't know how to.
Just raw.
Yeah, like genuinely just raw, and then I learned how to make them very, very basically. I'd get like just images and just put them into one, and then there was
on Microsoft Paint.
No, it was just like I can't remember what the app was. It was like some really, really low quality app that I used on my phone, and then eventually I started. So this is 2019 now, and to answer Will's question about the first viral video, it would have probably been the highlights packages, like compilations. So during 2019, I don't know if any of you guys know, Caden Wood, there's this guy called Pipstar. He'd upload these 5-minute videos of like each team's longest goal, each team's, fastest goal, whatever the video was at the time. And they were getting like 60, 70K views like in 2 or 3 days. Like everyone was, he was blowing up. Whilst at the time, the content wasn't really, I don't know, it wasn't like your own in a way. It was just putting highlights packages together. That I thought to myself, because I was going to like upload a regular video, a footy card video at the time, but I was sick on the day, so I thought I might as well give it a crack, see what happens, and it like got 15K in like a day or whatever.
Yeah, wow.
Got me to 1,000, and then from there I decided maybe I'll upload some other stuff, not just footy cards.
What was the other stuff? What was the next step?
Well, I did a Goal King challenge like a month before that video.
Right.
I did a vlog, my first St Kilda vlog. Hopefully no one watches that again.
It's still on the channel?
Yeah, it is. I don't delete every single video I've uploaded. I've kept on the channel. I see some big creators or like some creators from the past where they delete their
I know Mr. Beast does that as well. You can go back through and watch some of his
got all his old videos,
which
I respect.
Which is, it shows the process.
It does. Like
Cardy McDonald's kept all his old videos as well.
He hasn't.
He deleted a few.
He's deleted quite a few, but
he has deleted a few. But yeah, I remember Mr. Beast saying in a podcast that I was listening to once that it's like, it's a way for people that want to start up, go back through and see. Yeah, it's a learning process.
You don't want to like delete all the ones you find cringy, then your first video to be like something really professional, because it's not authentic.
Yeah.
There's one thing he does as well is he records videos and schedules them for like 5 years down the track.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's so rare, but he'll record a video like today and be like, this is what I think I'm going to be in 10 years, and just schedule it. And even if he dies, like I think he said he's scheduled one for like 50 years or something crazy. And he's also made a video for if he dies, like his mate will upload it.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
It's real crazy. And like, imagine if he just died in a car crash and he's got like 40 scheduled videos and they just keep popping out over the next 40 years.
His estate is loaded.
But he just was like, then when they come out, he can look back and be like, oh, well, this is what I thought, I'd want to do when I was young. But obviously everyone's mindset changes.
It's almost like a storyboard.
Yeah, well, I like the fact you kept your old videos up. It's smart. It's a cool way to go back through and look through. I probably can use that. That's a tip of advice I can now use, is go back through and see some of your journey that you've done. I've scrolled back a little bit, but not as far as your early days.
Yeah, because on YouTube, there's the setting where you can like go back to oldest. They changed it for like a year, and it was like, I don't know why they did that, because it was very handy going back to see like where creators started and like how they've come from since then.
Yeah.
I always like taking a trip down memory lane for YouTubers, especially like back in the day when I was heavily invested in like Cardy McDonald videos or Sidemen videos. I'd always go back and watch their earlier things and watch how like basic it was and how far they've come throughout their journey. Another thing you've been diving into quite a bit recently is streaming. When was one of the first streams you did for YouTube?
My first ever stream was end of 2019. I had around 2,000 subscribers.
Jeez.
And
you need a follower account to get a stream, don't you? What is it? Is it 1,000 now?
No, you can have a stream at any follow account.
Do you have to have minimum view time or something? We had to crack it before we did our big game.
I know there is one thing. I'm pretty sure you need to like have maybe it's like a video uploaded for 24 hours or have the channel created for a certain 24 hours. So you can't just make a fresh channel, new one, and then just make a stream.
Yeah.
But like I was obviously eligible at the time, and I was monetized as well relatively early, like midway through 2019, because I got all those watch hours from the cards.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
what's the watch hours you need? It's
like
4,000 and 1,000 subs.
Yeah. Wow.
in the grand scheme of things, that's pretty big. But if you think about it, like big
depends
YouTubers,
what type of
doesn't
videos
really-
you make.
Yeah,
Because
like-
you make videos where you can attach people, like podcasting, pretty easy. People watch through, like can sit there for 40 minutes to an hour. But if you're just making footy vlogs,
or like 10
and they're like
minute
4 to 8 minutes long, then it can be
about,
quite
like,
hard.
It's retention though. You can make a 4 to 8 minute video, but like keep it really engaging for people to watch, and then they'll stick.
But then something like a card opening video, I mean, it is engaging because you're clinging to see what's next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you were saying before, you said it's easy views, but I guess the reason it's easy views is because people are clinging on to see what it is, and the retention times would be good.
Like when I would do like the box breaks at the time, I really wanted the best hits to be at the end, because if they were at the start, then they would just click off.
Yeah.
So that's sort of how I saw it.
Definitely, you get your hook to get them to watch the first few minutes and hook them in to stick around. Maybe you get a medium hit would be your best video, and then if you have your big hit last. Make it your cover photo,
even
make
if
it
you've
your
got
title.
like a long 45, it doesn't guarantee more watch time than a 5-minute video if it's just like
if
nothing.
it's just garbage.
If it's garbage, they'll click off after 5 seconds, won't they?
Absolutely. I feel like, especially in today's like social media thing, if you don't have that hook at the start of your video, you're going to lose the viewer's attention, and it's just going to...
Arguably is important now on TikTok as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially because it's 30 seconds or 60 seconds. You've got to hook them in, get them involved in the viewing, and
Well, how did you grow your following? Because you said you were about 2,000 people at 2019. What's been the best way you found to grow the following up?
Well,
is it
like,
the live streams? Because they can be quite engaging
live
with people.
streams, yeah, you just want to like engaging in a community, like building looks like your own audience and community helps as well, because you get the viewers to come back and continue watching
and share your videos around, comment on videos. This helps.
2021 was a good year for me, to be honest. Like it was where I like probably had the most free time, because 2020 was when I finished school, and it was during the COVID year, but I probably could have put more effort into it, but I'm just like it's COVID. Like I was still uploading 2 or 3 videos a week, a few weeks before exams. I still did okay anyways, but like 2020 I had more free time to do more videos, and I was just like switching up what I was making, so like more videos that could become viral in a way, that increased my view count. Like the tips I started in 2021, since then they've always been videos that have racked up like 10+K views a week, so it's just like easy to get out every week.
I feel like the tips video, everyone's got like their own opinion, so it's sort of
creates debate.
Yeah, creates debate.
A lot of engagement.
Gets a lot of engagement, a lot of impressions.
It would create a lot of comments and a lot of sharing, I guess, because people would be sharing to their friends to have that debate.
With what I did with the tips and what I've been doing the last few years, when I started my tips in 2021, I was like, I'm going to, for every game, I have a big call, and if I don't get 3 or more that week, then I have to do a punishment. The most liked punishment in the comments is what I'll do, like in a following tipping video.
What were the punishments like?
Yeah.
Well, I obviously didn't get to do all of them. I reckon half of the ones I said I do, I haven't done, and I'm not going to do them now. But like some of the ones I've done probably like good 20 to 30. I shaved my head. That was one of them. It was probably
extreme.
One of the more extreme ones.
Yeah, fair.
I went to a library and sang the North Melbourne theme song relatively loud, like an
Jesus
idiot.
Christ.
This was like before I knew of like TikTok very much, so I could have used that for TikTok.
That would have blown up someone like
that.
That
would have gone very...
were you filming these punishments?
I was, but I wasn't really that confident. So some of the ones like another one, I was going up to strangers offering them an eggplant. I got called like a complete like dickhead and all that. Like
yeah.
So, what else have I done? Like 4 a.m, just run to my local beach and just jump in the pool, just act like a complete idiot.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Sleeping on the trampoline.
The fans were stitching you up a little bit.
Pretty
in
much.
the comments.
And it was for 1 week. It was like for 6 weeks in a row. This one guy got the most likes every single week. Like he'd just be the same guy, and it'd be just.
So you must have had a good group chat, being like, "Boys, I've put another comment on
Well,
Cardy's video."
The thing is, right. I knew him pretty well. And I still know him decently well to this date, and like he kept commenting. Because I had this like footy group chat, and he was just putting it in every time a video was out. I'm like, mate, you gotta take a break.
You've got to stop.
I was almost gonna make a fake account. The punishments to make this guy never get the most like punishment ever again.
That would have been very funny.
You said before you were vlogging St Kilda, your first St Kilda game. I've worn the St Kilda jacket today. People listening to the audio probably can't see it.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend jump on the YouTube, watch the vodcasts. Get on the YouTube to listen to the YouTuber.
Oh,
it'd be a good ploy, but
YouTube man.
yeah, we've
I'll
got Cardy.
promote it on my vlog. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
CARDMAN22. You obviously check it out on the Ressies YouTube. Watch us. You can watch Trey speak.
Yeah, well, who doesn't want to?
People normally pay money to watch Trey, but
Yeah,
You can see what t-shirt he's wearing. Don't tell him.
don't tell them.
Don't
You
tell
have to go to the vodcast and
If you want to see what
search.
shirt I'm wearing, you have to go to the Vodcast.
Yeah, exit Spotify and head over. But yeah, St Kilda. I've worn the St Kilda jacket. We're bumming here at the Saints game. You're obviously a big St Kilda fan.
Mm-hmm.
Travelling to lots of games. Where did your St Kilda journey start? Was it your team you picked? Because I wasn't a St Kilda fan growing up. I grew up in Adelaide and was forced to be a Crow supporter when I was very, very young.
Jeez, what you sound like it's a bad thing. Being a Crow
Boycott
supporter's
them
alright.
when I was like 3 or 4. Boycott them to go support Port, and then when I was about 8 or 9, I headed across St Kilda. So, you've been a St Kilda supporter through and through? Is it in the family?
It's been in the family. My dad's been one all his life. His dad, he moved over from from Germany, like probably when it was like 2021, and I think the first place he went to in Australia was St Kilda, so that would be
That's where it started.
Makes sense.
Back when he was 2021.
Around, it would have been like in the 60s. I don't know exactly when, but around that time.
So it's been in the family, St Kilda supporter.
Yeah, most of my, because I don't have a massive family in Australia. Like I've got more family in Mexico, right? But if anyone didn't know, my mum's Mexican, so I'm half Mexican. But most of my family go for St Kilda. So had no choice, but pain they've put me through.
They don't win a lot, and they don't make finals a lot, and they win like losing a lot, and they haven't won a grand final for eternity.
Cardman, before 2016, I would agree with you and say that the Doggies have been very, very crap and didn't have much success. And
the Crows are edging towards that too, but it's getting nervous.
They'll rise. I reckon they could win one in the next few years.
Yeah.
But you've been a vocal supporter of St Kilda, and you would travel to a lot of games. I don't know if this year I know you travelled to a lot of games.
Yep.
You've been travelling for a while, or is it?
Well, because obviously, like before school and all that, like whilst I was in school, I couldn't really afford to do that. And I didn't really have the channel either. It's expensive, and
crazy.
you can't
I don't know what were you spending on, like say like average like one flight there and back.
Because I didn't get anyone hitting me up for it, so I paid it all with my money and all that through YouTube and all that. It depends on obviously where. Maybe on average like $400 there and back.
Yeah,
and
you're flying around the
500.
country. Like, so you went to every Saints game this year, was that?
Yeah, so I'll go through the in-state games. So Gather Round, obviously.
Yep.
Went to Adelaide, but my dad paid for it because I went for Mother's Day, so my mum was there as well.
Okay.
So that was I got let off with that one. And Sydney was another one where I think because my dad has like some thing with like the Accor Hotel, so we got like a free one in Sydney. For the Giants game, I went there on my own, and I had a cousin that lived in Sydney, so I stayed with her.
Yeah.
For the West Coast game, UCAT, I stayed at his place.
Yeah.
He hit me
It's
up.
a long trip though.
For Brisbane, Gold Coast, stayed at Crouchy's house. Like I'm not going to pay $500.
Yeah, it can be quite expensive. It's handy that you've got other mates in the industry.
Others,
How
that
handy. He's got somewhere at every location.
Yeah, I need somewhere in Adelaide.
Yeah,
I need somewhere in
Well,
Adelaide.
it's not us anymore.
No,
It's away.
I'll
I need
be
someone in
making
Adelaide.
We need someone in Adelaide too.
Yeah.
We were just chatting about gather round out there before we came in the pod and about the accommodation because it's starting to book out and the prices are going through the roof. And I've asked Jim if we can stay at his house, but it's not ready yet. He's getting a house built and it's not going to be ready in time.
So where's he going to be staying?
Well, he's at his mum's at the moment, so...
No, we just might have to sleep on the street
Let's
or
all
something.
crash at Jim's mum's
Yeah,
house.
she lives far away from
It
gather round.
does live so far away.
Shrey lives far away from gather round. I'm
My
thinking...
parents live ages away.
We just get a camper van and maybe camp out at Henley Beach.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a cane, my pitch tent.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the creators go getting across. Like you said, it's hard because you're going over there to make content. You got no guarantee of how much money you're going to make off these videos on YouTube, Rev, or anything like that. You don't really have anyone funding it except your own pocket, so it's quite a bit of like a risk.
It's a big investment.
It's a big investment, a big risky investment to sort of fly to the Gold Coast or fly to WA. It's quite an expensive flight. Make these vlogs, make some content, and hope that you get some good rev off it. Unless you've got a sponsor for it.
For the most part, I probably don't make the money back, honestly.
But it's a good. I mean, it's a good
more
experience.
For the experience and like, I guess for the brand in itself, like the more I travel and all that.
The more your face is seen, the more and you build your community. You build a community all around Australia now, where you can then hang out with Crouchy in Queensland or hang out with UCAT, and you get to know these guys. And that was where it started for us from Adelaide coming across, and we met Will, we met Caden, and we met Jarrah, and now we live here. We meet everyone, but like when we were coming across to begin with, we wouldn't have never moved to Melbourne if we didn't meet all those connections. So
no, definitely. Not.
It's definitely good for building a community.
So did you know any creators like early 2022 when you went for the first? I remember you went opening week,
round
started
one.
the guild
Hadn't
campaign
met
for the tour.
Hadn't met any.
met anyone?
No, we hadn't met.
No one.
We hadn't met
all
anyone
fresh,
yet.
All fresh.
No, we fully just bumped into a few games, and I think We didn't even meet Will till the end of the season. We met him in July.
Yeah.
Shrey wasn't there, but I met him after a game. We didn't even meet at a game. Caden, I met at Gather Round. Rogie, I met at Gather Round.
We met Caden at the grand final that week. We met at the grand
True,
final.
we done one video with Caden.
Yep.
Yeah,
Rogie,
I remember that. I was there as well. You did some like talk competition.
Yeah, Caden did a meet and greet, and we sort of lobbed off it and used his following to get a few people to getting our videos, which was handy. But like I met a lot of the creators at Gather Round. I think that was a good experience for the AFL scene in terms
100%.
of like everyone sort of being there on the hill, setting all the cameras together and getting to meet everyone and collaborate a lot. But yeah, it's crazy that you travelled to every game. I know that a few other boys in the scene have done it as well, and I know like people like Geordie McCleary travelled to a lot of footy for Melbourne this year. Out of their own pocket. Everyone's doing it out of their own pocket, which is, I mean, it's not on anyone because no one owes you flights. But it's crazy to see that you guys putting that much commitment into your content. It's just really good to see. Like it's so good for the state of footy.
When you start delving into it, you sort of realise how much it's going to cost, and that it's purely out of
you don't
passion
really
for these
understand
people.
until you sort of look into it.
And then I mean, everyone's like, oh, you stayed at old mate's house and you caught the bus or whatever. But it's like, but man, like it's racking up.
I do
22 games.
I do cut the corners. I remember when I went to the Brisbane game, flights to Brisbane were way too expensive. I went to the Gold Coast. I had to take a bus to like a shopping centre that was 40 minutes. Then from there, I had to walk 30 minutes to the train station, then like a 2-hour train to get to Crouchy's house.
It's not the luxury. Maybe someone should be vlogging how hard it is to get there.
That would have been a good video.
That sounds awful.
That should have been a good TikTok, honestly. I was like, and I remember that day as well, we want to do some like footy card thing beforehand. So I went to the newsagent. I had like all this. I was like carrying like 5 bags throughout the shopping centre just to get there. So.
It's a bit of a hard slog. I haven't done a lot of travel for footy, but I think I'll try to do a little bit more next year. What you said before about picking their random fixture is pretty cool. I think that's going to stick in my head. I'd love to pick a random fixture. I just hope it doesn't come up in WA because those flights cost a fortune.
Oh, man.
I'd like to go to like new venues. So this next year, Hobart or...
Have you been to TO Stadium before?
I haven't been to Darwin.
I think that would be unreal.
I'd consider going with other people.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go by myself.
No, it'd be a scorcher.
It wouldn't be very safe either, I don't think.
It'd be a scorching hot game as well.
Mate, it would be something else. I love Darwin, but do it a big group. Maybe it'd always be like a mid-season footy trip. You take 5 mates up there, watch them footy. That'd be unreal.
Yeah, no, it'd be interesting. I haven't been... Tasmania's close now in Melbourne. Like it's quite close flight, quite a cheap flight.
Next year.
Be pretty cool. Yeah, be keen to travel a little bit. Hopefully we'll link up at a St Kilda game next year, interstate.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
But I mean, we just randomly bumped into you at the Gabba.
Yeah,
Didn't really have any content planned.
So rare.
But looking back, we probably should have made some sick videos.
Yeah.
I went out of my way and got like a chocky milk at the...
I remember there's no chocky milk at the Gabba and Cardy's delivered. So, St Kilda. Is there any players that you've had access to? Or any videos you've done with Saints that you've frothed, or anything that drags your attention there?
Not really. The club. I haven't really contacted the club much myself, and they haven't really.
It's a hard gig.
I don't even know if they know what I do. You know, what I mean? Like with the vlogs,
let's put them on the map.
Do they watch it? I don't want to go up and go, oh, I'm the guy that does the vlogs. Give me access to the behind the
It's a bit tough approaching like a footy club, especially like the
I
one
don't
you
want
love
to act
as
arrogant
well.
or anything like that.
Yeah, especially it's boring.
It's funny because I go for St Kilda. We probably don't. We did a little bit at the end of the year.
You did stuff with Stocker and
with Stocker. We met a few players that were really good guys. But I feel like if I was doing content on my own club, then maybe people would be like, we'd pigeonhole ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's like I go for St Kilda, but I really enjoy doing content on other clubs because I already know stuff about St Kilda.
That's what I'm like as well. I don't want to just be limited to St Kilda.
I'm already going to their games. I'm already enjoying watching them. I'm already following all their news. But like doing stuff on teams that I don't know anything about has been like rewarding because I learn more about other players and learn more about their teams and like meeting North Melbourne players or something. And then gives me some investment into watching North games.
And you reach a further audience as well with that.
That's
what all the
Essendon
18 clubs.
AFLW's really done for me. Like found like a lot of passion, love for the Essendon AFLW team, which is so random because I'm a Crows fan, and I should support the Crows AFLW team, which I do. But just found like a new love for a new team that I knew nothing about before. Very
similar to Shrey, the Essendon AFLW, I've massively got invested throughout this year. We went and did stuff with the Hosking twins. All of a sudden I find myself like...
tuning into Richmond games.
Tuning in, and like I hate the Richmond men's team just because they win and always beat the doggies and everything. But
hate's a very strong word.
But... Essendon, Richmond, and like even the Crows. Like even on the weekend when we went and watched Hatchie in the prelim.
Will was almost more invested in me in this guy, this Crows prelim.
Mate, I was getting pretty emotional when when the Crows didn't get up. But yeah, you find yourself, especially doing a lot of
watching like a Essendon like West Coast game. Like, when would I ever watch that normally?
Yeah,
and it's just like
you watch it, but when are you going to be invested in it?
Yeah. Like I'll put it on the background, but now I'm like sitting on the edge of myself.
Gather Round was an interesting one because a lot of people watched more than their own club that weekend because they had to travel interstate. They made the most of it, and they had the double headers. And I found a lot of fans that were maybe Crows fans sticking around to watch other games. A lot of people from Victoria that travelled over, forcing themselves to watch other games. So it's probably the way of the future, and we're going to see a lot of those like round zeros come in and stuff. Goal kicking with subs is the last thing I want to talk about in the Getting to Know Cardy segment. I've watched the videos, but I want to know a bit about them. I want to know behind the scenes. I can't even tell you how many times we've had them on in the early hours of the morning. Like should be in bed, but just keep watching these subs videos.
I've done 4 of them now.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I'll do another one, honestly.
They're unique. They're a very unique thing. I know a lot of people do the game day vlog, and that's pretty common. But the goal kicking and involving your community is something that attracts my attention.
Yeah. And it just seems like such not a mess, but it's tactically you have to get so
the logistics
it
of setting it up
actually is quite stressful because I'm not the best at organising it. I think the first or second one I did, like I didn't know what to expect really on the day.
Do you have anybody that helps you behind the scenes that helps you get this set up?
The last couple I did, so I had a few like cameramen helping out and all that, and like I just got like my dad to help out with a few things as well. Just I got a drone for that one as well. Yeah, which I thought made the production quality a lot better.
Yeah, definitely.
A few more camera angles and just I got a few helpers, like a few mates of mine, as well.
It's awesome to see. Sorry for cutting you off, but it's awesome to see from your first goal kicking with subs how you had like probably 30 odd people.
Oh, I had like 18. Well, the very first one I scheduled it the worst day because you don't know about the weather when you schedule in advance, and it was absolutely fucking pouring. I had to cancel, otherwise I would have ruined every bit of my equipment that I had.
Yeah, but it's so good seeing from like the 18 people you had to your most recent one with the drone and like 60, 70 people.
Yeah, the last few all had 70, like pretty much a consistent number, which is pretty crazy.
I love watching it back, and for those who haven't watched it, block your ears, spoilers. The kid who's just like got all the prizes.
Yeah, that's
just
crazy.
Kicks all the goals.
He was all arrogant as well. It was just like, oh yeah, I'm the best here, everyone.
That was awesome. That was
I love that.
The edits are cool with like cutting people's face out and that involving the community. And then I think all the 70 people that went, they're going to watch it. They're going to send it to their inner circle of friendship. Group.
Look at me, I'm on Cardy's video.
Like logistically, we go out sometimes. We go to film with like some other creators, and maybe if there's any more than 5 people there, it becomes a logistical nightmare because getting everyone to like, hey guys, we're going to film this scene now, and we need everyone to like be ready, and it's like
everybody switched on at the same time.
And people are just because you're just all buzzed and like chatting to people. People just buzzed. It's so hard to be like, no, like get here, film this, get in, get out. Otherwise, your videos, like you could spend 6 hours filming like a 30-minute video sometimes because the people involved get too buzzed and like it's too much to control. And it's crazy. You're controlling like 70 people just for one video.
Yeah, that's why I have definitely like 2 or 3 other people just helping with the numbers and just getting people where they need to be when they take their kicks.
How have you promoted them? How have you got them out? How have you got them to 70 people? Like what's been the process?
Well, lately I guess I've just been putting up my stories and getting other people to like repost it and all that, and I put up an Instagram post as well about it, and I've got a pretty good community of like maybe 20 to 25 of the people that I know decently well anyways. So
from meeting them at the previous challenges, or
it's just like there's a hidden community like that you might not be aware of with all these people that like I've come familiar with, like getting to know them and all that. So yeah, that's sort of how they've come to find out about the challenges and all that, telling other people to get down. Is there plans for more? Are you going to grow? Well, how many can we get to the next one? Well, I'm not. I want to get to the next one. I couldn't come to the last one because we were away. I want to. So the last couple, for some reason, the views have been really down. So I don't know if it's. I don't want to like limit them because of the views, but it's just like. Do you reckon it's maybe because you're doing the same thing? Maybe I'm like Big Brother season 1 slaps. Big Brother season 10, people lost interest a little bit. Even though like the quality has gotten better over time, and that's the thing that's annoying. It's like. The really, not the average, but like the poorer quality one of the lot did the best, and I don't think it was as good as the last one, even though that, I'd consider it a flop, but I don't want to. We'll see how it goes next year. I suppose that's how tough. Like that's the tough side of YouTube, whereas like you put all this time and effort. Like I'm sure you spent 2 or 3 weeks in this video,
and it comes out, you think it's like the best thing ever, and then like a video you
But you think it's the best thing ever because the editing and the production have gone crazy?
It was possibly the time of the upload, so I'll give it another chance next year when the footy season comes around, because I did one September, October the last year, and it started all right, and it got like 70k. So we'll see. I do want to do another one, but maybe like switch it up a little bit. Maybe make it, instead of a goal kicking challenge, markers up challenge or something different.
New location, maybe.
Yeah, new
we'll
location.
Come down. We're definitely going to come down.
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
If I did a new location, I wouldn't mind like actually locking in a spot, because for the last couple, I wasn't sure if any of the other clubs are using Olympic Park. I had to be a little bit careful.
Yeah.
Can be.
I asked Tom Mitchell one of the times he helped me with the third one, but I want to just have so it's not stressful when I get there, and I don't want to like have to.
For a bit of clarification, we filmed at Olympic Park a little bit. It's next to Gosh's Paddock. It's near the MCG. You see a lot of YouTubers filming there and content creators. But it's a public ground, and it's obviously where Collingwood train. A lot of school teams train there.
Yeah.
And it's just always where people seem to go for a kick of the footy and a lot of running around the running track. So you have this logistical nightmare where you get a group of mates together. You're like, I'm going to go down and film a quick video at Olympic, rock up, and Collingwood are training, or Collingwood AFLW are training, or Collingwood VFL are training, or there's just a run club going on, or the under 14 local schools training.
47 dogs out on the oval.
It's one of the busier ovals in Melbourne, but it's also one of the most picturesque videos in Melbourne.
Those drone shots I thought really turned out really nice with the
so it's like it's the pros of your video look sick, and you're in a really nice location. You've got the skyline of Melbourne CBD behind you, the MCG behind you. Everyone loves to use it for that aspect, but one of the downfalls is you go there and probably 5 times out of 10 it's busy.
Yeah,
so
unpredictable.
It's bad enough if you got 4 people for a video. What about when you have 70 and then they're all like realise that the oval can't be used?
I do understand your gripe sometimes when how can I set up and know that the video's going to go ahead when you don't even know if there's going to be people on the oval?
So possibly, I don't know if Icon Park's an opportunity or something like a bigger ground.
Could lock in a bigger ground. Vic Park, Icon Park, Essendon.
I'd have to find out who to contact to get that sort of.
We're definitely keen to come down if there's another one. I was a bit devo because we just moved to Melbourne and we had a weekend back in Adelaide. The week that you had your goal kicking challenge.
I was feeling that. I was gonna win, so lucky I wasn't there.
I mean, one of the Ressies won the third one.
Yeah,
Jay Davis.
Big Jumanji.
A bit ridiculous.
He would have loved that one as well too.
He loves himself.
We don't watch that one as much because we're not a big fan of inflating his egos. But I feel like if we got ourselves in one, we'd end up watching it for hours on end. And
I reckon if you got yourselves down, you'd help with the numbers as well.
We'd help with the filming.
It would be. Yeah, no, I'll tell you what. If you guys came down to the next one, 200 people plus.
If it's to watch Trey go at the first round.
No, I'd kick the first one. What's the first one from in front?
They're always going to be from out in front. I probably will.
Never mind.
I'll have to figure out a date though. I kind of do want to do a 5th now that we talk about it. I was sort of like putting in the back burner after the.
We're getting these blood boiling.
The
I'm going to start planning a few logistics. So
maybe one we get out before. Maybe get it out
like
March. Or in time for round 0.
Would you consider doing like a celebrity one, or more like a high profile one?
Like get a ex-AFL player, or maybe try to get a current AFL player.
Yeah, I would like to do that, but I wouldn't know where to contact in a way, because I haven't got the contacts like you guys.
Leave it with our people. Leave it with our people.
If you can hook me up with that, I'll hook you up.
Goal kicking with subs, going big 202024. Stay tuned.
I wonder what sort of connections Will has, because I don't know if he's got any.
He's the playing guy, man.
Hey, man.
Oh, he's the playing guy.
He's the playing guy. I'm going to get some Virgin people down. Maybe some Qantas.
Not just Will, because he is a virgin.
Oh, that's not nice.
Yes.
That's
he left that joke open.
I'm not sure that's true.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I've learned a little bit about YouTube. I learned a little bit about St Kilda. Still don't really know where to go with my subs and getting videos out, but we'll just keep getting them out. I think the way maybe we grow our YouTube is just collaborate with Cardy more.
Yeah, let's
just a few more
Cardman videos. Make our videos for us.
Yeah, can we just come
not with the laptop I've got right now. I crash every 10 minutes. I haven't been able to put out a video, and I reckon this month has been the least amount of videos I've put out in 4.5 years.
It is off season. I saw your cricket vlog. You did a cricket vlog of our game, which is cool.
I wouldn't mind going to maybe another. What I want to do is I want to play a game and maybe make it a vlog in itself. I was either thinking, I don't know if I could do your club, or even Scoops is considering having a
out in Geelong, bit of a trek,
because they haven't won out there.
They haven't won a game in over 1,000 days. Imagine
going out and being in the first win,
and helping them get their first win in over 1,000 days. That'd be pretty
cool.
I
might have to do that, because when I make the big runs, people come. So
didn't make many on the weekend.
Okay, come on, man. This is a cheap shot. This is me. It's me. I'm Sray. We're back with feedback. Look, this is Mike. This is world famous Sray's section.
You can't use that, man.
Sorry, I can't use
that.
that.
You're not allowed to use that terminology.
That's yours. Okay. Look, we'll get straight into it. We got Montoya Wright. What's your favourite thing to do outside of footy? So your favourite hobby? Anything else?
Not anything that out of the ordinary. I guess just hang out with mates and all that. Yeah, got a good group of mates that every other week go to the pub, go camping. So we're going to go in a couple of weeks.
Camping? Yeah,
I'm not great in massive into camping because the first time I went was early this year. Went to Apollo Bay, which is good. I knew nothing about it. Like I didn't know how to set up the tent or anything like that.
That's right, mate. Everyone starts
I'd be in
somewhere.
the same boat.
You, I guess you learn over
camping.
time. So yeah, I'd say probably that mainly, and just hang out with some of the other creators as well if it's got nothing to do with footy.
Any gaming? I see that's come up
see
pretty
Fortnite
big
on your channel a little bit.
Yeah, lately I've got a video that I might film tomorrow where I'm going to try and get a kill for every team. I got a team scarf and try and get a win with all 18.
Okay, yeah.
It's been in my mind. I just feel like it's going to take ages to film because I'm not good at the game.
Footy in Fortnite.
Man, maybe I can give you a hand there because I'm pretty deadly on the sticks, to be honest.
Got to get on maybe some squads or some
Yeah,
duos.
we'll team up. Will's not good, so we don't want him. We'll get him out there.
Nah, I suck.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm from Sarah22. Watches our stuff all the time. Thank you, Sarah.
Footy star.
Have you learned to drive yet?
Sorry, have I learned to drive?
Yeah, that's the question. Mate.
Put me on the spot there. I failed my first test for a really crappy reason because I had to reschedule and I had to do it in the city. And I went over a yellow line I wasn't supposed to, and the instructor was like,
"So you're on your L's?"
Yes. I've
learning more about Cardy every day.
Got my peace test next week though, so
the tough test. I failed my first test for something similar. I just went across a lane. And
I sort of delayed it. I didn't get my L's till midway through. I was 18 because I don't know, during COVID and all that, I just didn't care that much. But now I sort of look back and go, I probably wish I got it earlier.
Then you'd be able to drive to these games.
Yeah, I suppose it just come at the wrong time.
As long as I get it by the end of the year or whatever, by the next footy season, I'll be more flexible and all that.
I don't even know if you'd want to drive to the games because the parking's not great.
It might not be great, but just in general, I'm just sick of public transport.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
4-hour bus replacements to go to...
Oh, mate.
I drove my car for the first time today. It was because we were cleaning the driveway. It was the first time in about a month that I drove my car.
It started.
Yeah, I reversed out the driveway and parked out the front of the house.
Man, I was really worried.
It'd be a nightmare where you guys are driving and all that.
I barely drive. I've barely driven since we moved to Melbourne. It's crazy. We go back to Adelaide and I'll borrow my parents' car sometimes and I'll rack up a couple hundred kilometres on it. But in Melbourne, I can't tell you. Will does a little bit of driving for me now. I got my own personal driver.
I'm a bit of a
but he doesn't wear a tuxedo or a top hat or anything. So what are we paying for?
He gives me mints. I don't mind that.
He does give us chewies, yeah.
Chewies, mints.
He almost kills us sometimes.
And I drive in my Birkenstocks. So.
You do drive.
Do you drink and drive?
No, never drink and drive.
I can't do that.
That's good.
We are responsible. We are good adults.
We'll actually run something from the pub. That's his thing.
Yeah, that's my new thing. I like to run. Just burn off the cows. All right, we've got Zay Benal asking, lovely man Zay, if the lads asked you to play in the Div 12 game, would you accept the offer?
I would accept the offer.
Fantastic.
I'm really bummed out I didn't get to go to the last one.
It was crazy.
I just didn't expect the magnitude of the event. I thought it was just going to be some small little... Because I think Jordan asked me if I want to go, but I was already going to the Carlton Collingwood game. So
which is probably actually pretty
a lot of
fair.
people
I just
in
feel at the
Melbourne.
time that was going to be relatively big, but when I was at the game, I don't know, it wasn't really that good, honestly.
There's a fun thing here. It was the first people we invited Rogie first because we thought he was going to be our housemate when we moved to Melbourne. So it was we knew he was going to be our housemate.
Yep.
So we're right, we'll get him in first. The next one, he goes, can we get Caden, being his best mate?
Yep.
So we had Roger and Caden, and then I thought we better get Will because he's the biggest Ressie I know. Yeah. And that's all we had. That's all we had in.
So we had 3.
And then I started doing a little bit more with Jared Davis, and I was like, feel bad because Jared's getting left out, and we do a little bit with him. Yep. So I'm just going to swing Jared and invite. I only wanted to fill a car because we're going to drive there.
Yep.
So I was like, I'm probably squeeze Jared in the car, but it's going to be a tight drive. There'll be 5 of us in the car.
Yep.
And then Jared was like, yeah, I'm keen, but Collingwood play Carlton and it's a big game. And, so he almost didn't play. Yeah, and he was the last one we asked. I haven't told him this yet, but he was the last one I asked.
He was last on the list.
Yeah.
Wow, exclusive
and he
information here.
And he almost won the medal.
I think we're best on ground.
But then it was crazy the amount of people that reached out after the game being like, flat I didn't get an invite. I honestly didn't think people wanted to play that badly.
No,
I didn't even want to play that
badly.
But now that the event's gone so big the first time, is the next time we throw on, everyone's going to want to buy in.
So we'll have 2 games.
It'll be like at primary school when you get to pick your team. And I'll be able to be like...
Team captains on the day.
I'll take Cardy.
That'd be funny.
But I'm not having Trey.
Oh, well.
Oh, jeez.
What's your footy ability like? Because as you can see, the three men sitting at this table are not great.
I'm not
Cardy
great.
was probably the most dominant in the
I was
Dosso's
good at the
Demon
game.
game.
It's just I was a light frame. I've been in the gym the last year or so, like
There we
getting a
go.
bit stronger and all that. So hopefully by the next.
We got
game.
bashed up in the Dosso's Demons game, but Cardy put his body
I
on the line.
I assisted a few goals, didn't I?
Yeah, I think
He usually makes the final stages of the Cardman goal kicking with subs
Yeah,
challenge.
yeah.
Oh look, I haven't made it past like round 2 or 3. I always screw up one of them. Can't make it.
When did you sort of stop playing footy? Did you ever really play any
I
organised
did
footy?
play for pretty much my whole junior career until COVID, pretty much.
Wow. Where did you play?
Look, honestly, they just threw me anywhere. Really, I played sometimes midfield and then forward pocket. Because I got into a pretty good
That's
team
good. Forward
in
pocket's where I wanna
2019.
be.
So they probably because I was always a smaller kid when I got my growth spurt really late. So I was like way shorter than most of the other kids. So they just put me in like the forward pocket or whatever. And yeah, I reckon if I was bigger at the time, I would have been like if I was more at the time focused on getting better at footy because I never really did anything outside of just training at all. So I didn't like go for runs, hit the gym or anything like that. So maybe if that was now at the time, could have been a bit different. With
Maybe
all
a centre forward.
We have a team full of forward
Max
pockets.
King.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to play forward
Everyone's
pocket.
got
It's
big
Yeah, it
crazy.
didn't really
pocket.
concern him because I'm the forward pocket and I've had about 10 blokes that I want to play there.
I'm going to get pushed out of the other forward pocket.
You're the ruckman next year, will you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, hopefully get your Dip 12 game. One thing we did find after our biggest game was we had not like crazy guilt, but all these people we met along the way were like, oh, damn, would have loved a game. So I think it's a big goal for next year to try float as many of our mates in the industry and many people we can through the...
So would it be a fully created game or would it be like...
No, like we want you to play for our team at some point. Yeah, definitely get you in the forward pocket alongside 75 other blokes who want to play forward pocket.
No one's interested in the back line of the
Well,
outside.
I hope that my stamina might be a bit better than some of the others in the
But
team.
yeah,
I can
start
run around
training.
a little bit.
Start training or whatever. Nah, but we'll definitely try to get you in. We got a few blokes on our list. We were sitting down at the Jethro's canteen, writing up a list of players we do want to target for next year, and you definitely were on there with a lot of other creators.
I wasn't on there.
Yeah, Shrey's actually he's been benched.
I was on
Jesus.
the pending list. Don't worry, man.
Ah, thanks, Will.
But no, keen to have you in the Div 12s. I'd love to get you into cricket games. Just with cricket, we haven't got much background in it. We got Dossie in for a game last weekend, just gone.
Very last minute.
Very last minute, like an hour before the game.
Are they flexible, that sort of stuff? Or
Nah,
not as
cricket,
much?
so there's only 11 players in the cricket team, so it's really hard to get players in. But with footy, with 22, like most weeks, most clubs are ringing round for a ring-in. So it's really handy to get some ring-ins.
Look, I don't think it's a loss if I don't play cricket. Like,
But with cricket, like there's
'cause-
16 blokes already in the squad, and then you very rarely get a last minute ring in. Like with footy, most weeks you'd have the captain be like, "Does anyone know 2 or 3 blokes?" Because there's 22 to fill.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you can hold a bigger bench in the ammos as well, so you can have like 26, 27.
Yeah.
So why do you have so many empty spots that night? Did
Uh,
you just let them know in advance and just...
the big Div 12
Yeah,
Resi, we recruited a few in advance. Like
right.
we wanted to get a few Melbourne blokes in, and we had a few blokes in Adelaide. So we had like JP Drake and Tom Rand and Mark Cosgrove, who we'd done some stuff with, and we wanted to get them in. So a few blokes actually sat out, but they were involved in some way, shape, or form. They were coaching or running water or
drinking
cans for free at the bar. So because it was a bit of a showcase game, we flooded a few more recruits in. But yeah, definitely next year I want to get a lot of these creative blokes in. Not just make it all about myself and Shrey and have a lot of fun.
I want so much less about me because that was a stressful day.
I want to have a lot of fun with some other creators and see their footy ability, because our footy ability is shit house, but we might actually unearth some gems. We might find Katie McDonald can kick 6 every week.
He looked like it anyway.
He looks a bit crafty.
Katie McDonald's a little nimble operator, and we saw with that almost goal of the year that he can dance around with the footy.
He's only good at his own games when he does his own Dosso's Demons.
Yeah,
I was there at the...
bit of a stitch up.
which one? The last one he
The
did?
TikTok Tigers.
Yeah, that one. I was there helping out. He kicked like 6 in the first half. What he was just...
He can be
He's all
crafty,
about
little
himself.
Dosso.
All
He's
about
a little bit
himself.
little
There
slippery snake.
Could be a mid-season
All
mature
about
age
himself.
draft pick coming his way if he tears up in the Div 12
It's
Ressies.
like you were for St Kilda.
Oh, man.
Can't wait to have you at the club.
Get
Yeah, I
down
haven't
to
gone to training
pre-season.
yet. Ross has called me 45 times before this, actually, so...
Jeez, I think you might be...
Might get delisted.
Might
Yeah,
be,
went to listen
might
before
be
the game,
a little
before the year
late for the
starts.
training session today.
6 p.m, whatever. But one from 1% Society. What do you use to edit your videos?
I use Premiere Pro, Adobe. Which is probably the
Nice.
most advanced
Common,
software. I've used
advanced.
that was the first one I used on my laptop. So like I made the switch from phone and laptop. I knew a mate that, and I don't even pay for it. I just like shout out to Chris, Goat HQ, if he's watching. I use his account. He helps me use it.
Huge.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Handy. You got
That's
contacts
very-
everywhere.
No,
Yeah,
Cardy
free-
knows everyone
Free
around
Adobe
here.
account. Bloody don't want to pay $50 a month for it or whatever it is.
No way. It's a fair bit, isn't it? We've got Jordan McCleary
One of the great men.
asking the question, how many rabbits do you have now? Because
I don't know, man.
What's
They
the story behind
reproduce
this?
every second day, it seems.
So what's the story behind this? So I saw the video, but I don't quite understand this whole rabbit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it
pet
would be a
rabbit.
bit random to figure out. I mean, we got rabbits 2020, like one female, one male, and then they started like reproducing randomly. We didn't even know
Yeah.
about it. We had like 9, and then.
So
and
when
then,
you say reproducing, could you tell they were pregnant, or did they just find an extra rabbit in your house?
Look, I had no idea, and like the way we found out the very first time is the neighbours ran into our house and were like, "Mate, there are rabbits outside your goddamn house, like just baby rabbits, like 4 of them." We had absolutely no idea.
So they generally just popped up.
They would have popped up out of under the deck, I reckon. Like they were mating under the
so
deck of
they
the
were
house.
mating and reproducing in
So
an area
they-
we didn't know.
They all got taken out by some sort of like a flu in like end of 2021. So we only had like 1 or 2 left, and then now we've got like 20.
jeez.
So you just got
we
a
got-
rabbit farm in
we
your
got-
backyard.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
I don't
illegal.
mind it.
We got like 8 of them like upstairs in like a little area, and we sell them and all. Like my sister like makes decent amount of money from it. So look,
Jeez.
She's just a rabbit dealer.
yeah, she like does the feed. Like she puts them out. Like it's actually a pain. You got like 20. You got to put back in the hutch to sleep at night, and they're
Yeah.
all roaming around the backyard. It's not easy.
Do you know how many you have right now? Like, what's the number?
Maybe 18.
Maybe 18.
Look,
So,
18.
That's
so what happens if
ridiculous.
what happens if it's actually 19? There's one that's just roaming the house.
We find out. I was unfortunate enough once. The one time, like, you know what? I'm going to do something good. I'm going to take the rabbits out. I never do it in the morning, and I look in the hutch to see one's dead. My favourite of the lot. I'm like, okay, thanks for that. So
That's
I
flat.
probably haven't done that since, but yeah, I don't count. I just.
Does anyone in your house know how many there are?
Oh, my mum and sister are more invested. I'm like every other, like I just.
You just
walk-
make content on them.
Sometimes I just walk downstairs. I'm like, oh, there's a banana. I'm just gonna throw a banana and an apple outside, see what they do.
I like that. That's a bit beyond me. I'm a bit.
Do they all
I
have
don't know.
names, or do you
Oh,
just?
they have names, but I don't know all of the names. To be
There's
honest.
too many
Yeah.
of them. There's too
Well,
many.
there's 18 rabbits. Yeah, I can
I've
do them 18
done a
names.
couple of videos involving the rabbit. I did one where they predicted the final series. It was the biggest pain in the ass to film. It took the whole day.
So you have an entire football team of rabbits in your backyard, is what you're saying?
Yeah, well, I had to get ribbons and I put them around them, and they like represent each club. So like they went through like all these challenges, like first to climb up a set of stairs, or first to jump over a
Poor
gate.
rabbits went through the ringer.
Last to finish a whole thing of food, and yeah, the Saints end up winning the flag. So I don't know. People think the video was scripted, but no.
So it sounds like we can ditch Trey for season 2024 and just replace him with Cardy's rabbits.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've got
jeez.
20 new recruits.
Jeez,
They
they
can
probably kick
come
more
in.
goals than me anyway.
So
Yeah.
at what point is too many rabbits?
Well,
I think 5 was too many.
It's too many when you walk. You try and take a step outside, like take the bins, and you are fearful you're gonna step on one of them. That's when it's too
that's
bad.
when it's too many.
So like, is 18 where we're sort of capping it,
Oh,
or
it's
is
pretty
it?
bad, but and we got a new dog like few months ago, and it's like it just loves to chase them around. So you've got to be careful you don't leave it open, because if you leave it open without realizing, you go downstairs, it's just like like Tom and Jerry crap. Like, they're just running everywhere.
Rabbits are quick too, so the dog's not catching them.
No, but I don't want the dog to like think it's like stuffed toy and like eat it or something.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
the
it could be a
scare.
messy situation.
That'd be the
Oh, it wouldn't
scariest
be
thing,
good
I
at all.
reckon.
No.
With the last one here from the great man Duxie Demon, he's asking, where do you reckon the Saints going to finish in 2024?
Well, it's definitely not the first time someone's asked me that. I get asked hundreds of times on streams, but you know, Duxie, we love the great man. Look, I actually don't have a place for them. I haven't done my predictions
Say
yet.
first.
I
Say first.
don't know. It's so hard to figure out. It's so early, and it's like,
It is early. I don't tend to do my own, because I always do.
We
prediction
drafted
videos.
well.
I like to.
yeah,
wait.
you did draft very well.
We did. I'm happy with our draft, to be honest. Even our trade period was all right. Like
We
got
lost some of my faves. We lost Gresh and
We got
Gresh,
Billings,
yeah.
yeah.
but we did
Wasn't bad on
draft
footy,
well.
though.
Picked up Angus Hasty.
Picked up
He'll be good.
Ari Schoenmaker,
Showmaker.
very
Yeah.
late in the
Who
draft.
was a
big
massive
cannon.
slider.
And Riley Bonner, who's
Riley Bonner's
one of my
huge.
favourites from Port. Port
Yeah.
fans used to hate Riley Bonner. I don't know why they do this. They said his kicking was shit. Personally,
you rate him.
I think Riley Bonner is like Lockie Whitfield type player.
Riley Bonner, I love him.
He has
Great
like a
player.
60-metre left pin on him and just rebound defender. And I think with Brad Hill sort of doing the run and carry and then Riley Bonner doing the 60-metre bombs.
Yeah.
Plus Ari Shawmaker in the future going to be doing 60-metre bombs. Like there's a real good run and carry.
We've finally got like a strong group of youth.
Yeah.
Like, for once.
Yeah, it's coming through. There's a bit of the light of the tunnel.
We never really had that like 5 years ago.
So first, they're going to win the flag.
I like the Saints are notoriously
I think
poor drafters. This year looks unreal.
I think we should be on the up. I think this year. It's no guarantee we'll make finals, but I think, yeah, we could certainly.
Yeah, I think anything below 6 is a worry.
I wouldn't say. I'd say if we don't make finals, it might be a bit of a worry. But
We made finals this year.
Like a lot of people saying we overachieved as well.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. I just think.
And other teams are also strengthening the list as well, so it is never a guarantee. But
Top 8's always hard to crack
we
into, I reckon.
We probably should make the 8.
Especially those fringe teams like St Kilda, Western Bulldogs.
Even the Crows.
Another team, Crows.
Crows could finish anywhere from 4th to 14th.
Yeah,
they are.
And the
I don't think they'll finish lower.
Doggies could finish anywhere from like 5th to 12th.
Yeah, it's just some unpredictability there.
This is a good year of footy this year. I'm really invested in this year.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yep.
Sweet. Moving on. Not going to do a full new segment here, but we normally do a Palmy review at this point of the podcast.
Yes.
We had a bit of revelation. We had a bit of brainstorming.
We went back to the workshop, didn't we?
Well, we went back to Adelaide, and when we were in Adelaide, we were living next to one of the best bakeries to ever exist in the world, which everyone says about their local bakery.
But it's seriously...
Fulham Gardens Bakery, shout out.
Unreal.
Was right near our house in Adelaide. We used to scroll down there 5 times a week.
We never walked there, by the way. We always would drive there.
We'd drive there. It was about 300 metres from our house.
We would always drive there.
Man, it's essential to drive there. I've been there. How many times have I gone back to Adelaide? 5 or 6 times. I think we've gone almost every time.
Yeah. Well, we used to go there every morning. Or Jim would go there twice a day sometimes. But the staple of that bakery is banh mi's. And we've been doing palmy reviews, and Dan Gorringe stole them off us.
You can have him.
And I tried to fight him in the office, but he's 7'4" and a lot
really
fitter than me.
And nice back.
He gave me a black eye. And so now we have to get up doing palmy reviews for summer. And we're going to start doing banh mi reviews over summer. So they'll start next week. We're going to be bringing the reviews, going to be making videos on them. Maybe even bring a banh mi in the studio. They make a lot of mess, so that'll really
much mess.
You wouldn't
that would really make Dill happy.
Would you?
No.
All on the carpet.
There is also just so many more places to eat a
Well, I just feel like palmies
Melbourne.
in summer can be a bit of a difficult task because it's a big feed, hot day. We're pretty busy most days now. And
have you done meat pies?
Meat pies can be a good one, but they're mostly the same. How do you differentiate a meat pie? Like, I feel like with banh mi, they're so different.
Oh, so different. What's
like
in
every joint you go to, the bread's so hard, or the bread's soft.
Are you ordering the same?
Yeah, I think you'd have to order the
filling and all
same meat and all the same
Pork.
ingredients.
Pork meat.
Yeah, pork. I think you just ask for a pork roll, and I think you can't change it. I think that'd be
right.
So I think that's where we're going to go. We're changing it up. The palmy review, I've put in my calendar to return the first week of March. So it gives us a couple of months to just smash a few bakeries. I think bakery is going to be the flavour of summer. Cricket. Can't really take a palmy to cricket, but you take a banh mi to cricket. So
The good thing about a banh mi is you can grab it and go. Palmy you have to sit in and eat.
Yeah.
I feel like
exactly
summer is going to be very much a...
The palmy after footy training, very easy, but a banh mi before cricket is very easy. So I think we're going to get banh mi reviews. That's where we're at. Stay tuned next week. First banh mi review. Dan Gorringe, fight me again if you want to take over banh mi reviews. I'm coming for you.
Put it out the week after.
And then now we get to move on to the greatest segment in the world. Welcome to the universally famous, internationally famous in the 3121 Richmond, suburb of Richmond.
Oh,
famous all the way down Swan Street. I was walking down Swan Street today and someone said, "Oh my God, are you the guy from Checkers Checkout?"
That is the worst gag of all time.
Actually happened though.
No.
This bloke.
Anyways,
He's got it.
Checkers Checkout. I don't know if you know about this segment, Cardy, but each week I bring
I'm aware.
item of food to the table and the boys have to eat it no matter what it is.
I'm a bit worried. We have had a really good run. So
I've given you a good run lately. That's mostly because I brought spicy spam to the studio. And a man by the name... It rhymes with Willen Tuckley. That's what his name rhymes with.
Okay,
Bill Duckley.
Yeah.
It could be anyone.
Yeah, it could be anyone.
He almost fired you pretty much.
I got a very stern text message.
Sillen Fuckley.
Oh, that's terrible.
And that does not associate with the man.
Your next Checkers checkout, bring a durian, the world's smelliest fruit.
They
Just open
Mate,
up
they
right in front of
Yeah, so I got
Don't
told no
give him
smelly
any
things,
ideas.
which sort of made things hard because I wanted to stitch the boys up. I wanted to bring some food items that they wouldn't want to eat, but you can't bring smelly stuff. And most things that smell good taste good.
Yeah, true.
So I've been bringing things that smell good and they've been tasting good.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, the mashed potatoes was pretty. Yeah.
Mashed potatoes is weird.
Well, today I changed it up a little bit. Cardman's on the podcast. I was having a good think. I was walking down Swan Street having a good think after getting recognised as the Checkers checkout guy. And Cardman's getting a call.
Cardy's getting a
my
call.
mate's just, he doesn't shut up with his phone calls, I'll tell you what.
Stitch ups.
All right, I was walking down Swan
It's in your
Street
pocket.
and it's in my pocket. Want to take a stab at what it is?
Been sweaty.
It's something. Is in a wrapper?
Yeah, it's actually quite wet, moist.
Maybe like scruffle it and get them to guess.
Oh, it's like
Is it confectionery?
It's moist.
it's like
That doesn't answer my question.
I can't think of what it is. It's like it's like have you ever eaten one of those things? It's like
No,
Today,
I can't think of
Junior.
it. Oh my
No,
God,
I
it's like
haven't.
fish. It's like fish.
It's
It's
like
fish.
fish.
It's in a like it's in like a packaging.
That would smell
Sardines.
though, wouldn't it?
No, not sardines. It's like tuna, I think, sort of, but in a like not in a tin. It's in like a you rip it open.
Anyone
Sardines.
else? Anyone
Maybe
else
it's
lost?
sardines.
Anyone else lost? I have no idea what he's talking about.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Just
guys.
reveal yourself.
No, a lot more simple today. I thought the Cardman's on the vlog, so I went to the news agent.
footy
and got 4
cards.
packets of footy cards.
Well, I can't eat these.
You can't eat
Yeah,
these. You could
cheers.
try. One time, I actually remember when I was a little bit younger, I made a "You Are What You Eat" series on Snapchat, and I was eating different foods and pretending I was that. And then one time before a footy game, I ate a Wayne Carey footy card, and I didn't kick 12, and I didn't sleep with anyone's wife. So
3 times.
Didn't work. It didn't work.
Cancels the top
But
there.
I'm gonna play a game. See who can get the highest card.
Alright,
These are the
let's
AFLW cards. Obviously, AFLW grand
Never
final
opened
this
a pack of
week.
these.
Man, these are so good. I love the AFLW cards.
We were at the AFLW this week with Cardy in the Hatchie cheer squad.
I was so fun.
Hopefully someone
greater
pulls
than
a
our
hatchie.
squads making the banners.
All right. So what's the best card? Like, is the rarity of it or the
It's
best player?
Best
There's-
game points. Best game points.
Best game points.
Surely
right.
if you get the rarest card, that should
All right, everyone open at the
Yeah.
same time. We're not going to drag this on too long because
Yeah.
it's not very good. It's not very good for the Spotify listeners. This old segment, but
No.
again, like we said earlier, jump across to YouTube, help our
Yeah,
retention
somehow.
times, watch through
I'm
the
pretty
video.
sure I'm gonna win.
All right, yell them out. I got Monique Conti first
hasn't
up.
got-
Oh, mate.
Gold.
This hasn't got a game point on it.
No,
Monique
it's not
Conti,
game point.
84.3. That's going to be very hard to
Matty
beat.
Parkers, but as the best and
I've
fairest.
got
and there's
Georgie as
no-
well, but I've got like this one. So
Oh.
And it's got no game points on
Damn it! I've got the goat Aaron Phillips, but the game points are.
yeah, you get the best ones without game point.
Yeah.
Golden
Yeah.
Mon Conti at 84.3s.
Morrison.
I've got a best and fairest Matty Sparkers.
How is
Oh.
Chloe Malloy only 66?
This is a massive
Jeez.
pack. Charlie Rowbottom, 89.3
How is
points.
Aaron Phillips only 56?
Oh no!
I'm getting the best plays and the worst ratings.
Bonnie Too Good, 63.
Taylor Harris is 61.
I've got a
Emily
couple of
Bates,
69.
77. I got a
I've
91.
got
Oh,
Alice Parker.
Oh,
Cardy's
jeez!
leading
He's
the
done it.
way. I don't think
done it.
91
think
can
she
be
was
beaten.
91.
well, what is Matty Sparkers on?
You don't have game points, so you got to
That's
toss it to the
no.
side.
I've
You
got-
don't. You
I've got
snooze,
game
you
points.
lose.
I've lost because my highest one is 69.
Ooh.
They're not rewarding the good cards.
No.
All right, so go around the room, Trey. What's your highest card?
It is Ashley McCarthy.
You want to hold it up so people on the
Sorry,
podcast can see it? We've sent them to watch the podcast. We're showing them nothing.
Sorry, Ashley McCarthy,
Yeah.
69.3.
All right, from West
Player, though,
Coast.
and he got the longie on as well.
I also have a West Coast player, Isabella Lewis, 65.6.
That's low.
Yeah.
Is that your highest?
That's my
Your
highest.
highest?
All right,
I've got like 4 that's over that.
Cardi, what do you got?
Alice Parker, 91.6. Here we go.
She's good.
Podcast.
I just got Charlie Rowbottom, 89.3.
She's a midfielder. That makes sense. You're not going to get a midfielder.
Congratulations, Cardi. You win
Yeah.
the pack opening challenge on the
I think if Matty
Checkers
Sparkers
checkout.
had
What do I
points on
win?
her card,
You
she
win
would
the card, all the cards.
Yeah, the
Oh,
cards.
lovely.
You can have my Monique Conti gold.
This Matty
Get her to
Sparkers
sign
card
it.
is really
Yeah.
good.
Bonnie Too Good. Oh.
I got a Hannah Ewing's BNF, but I don't know what the
Yeah,
game
no
points would
game
be.
points.
No,
You
yeah,
just
I
you
got a
don't get
Matty
it.
Sparkers one. That should have been on 100.
Yeah,
She's the
I
best
get
player
the
of the year.
good plays are the good no game.
Good cards, good
Yeah.
cards. I got the gold Monique Conti. That's actually really shiny.
Yeah, I like the gold cards this year.
They're super shiny.
Nice cards.
Well, I'm
What is your favourite pack of cards ever, Cardi? What's
What
been your
set?
favourite? Yeah, I got one year to Australia's coffin. Like,
Sorry,
no
guys.
tomorrow.
The more as of late, like all the the sets are now really difficult to collect because they're just adding new cards.
They add so many different set drops throughout the year.
Rarities and
Yeah.
There was
cards are
one
just-
year, this is so crook. Don't know if anyone else bought these. They did like a prestige set with just 5 cards in it. So it was a pack of 5 cards, but it came in a box.
right.
$700 I paid for that
Yeah,
box.
I remember. I was that when we were in Adelaide together.
Yeah, they're the
Yeah.
ones I
Yeah.
don't really tap in. I'm
And
not
then
spending
I bought
grand
the
on
box, and it took a while for it to come.
Ages, I
And
remember.
then I saw on people were offering like crazy sums of money for these boxes because they sold out. And someone actually bought the box for me for $1,500, and I never got to see what was inside of it. I made
Yeah.
profit,
Yeah.
but I was like in the two
Yeah.
minds that people were throwing cash offers my way because I like, who's got a box? I really want one. And it was crazy that how many people wanted into these boxes because they had like Dusty Martin Guernseys in them and
yeah.
Yeah.
like crazy
Pieces.
signature cards in them. Like some really good quality. I think it was 7 cards actually, but yeah, like there's some crazy sets. You go all the way from like just casual common cards all the way up to like cards with Dusty Martin's match worn Guernsey in it.
It's crazy, isn't it? The card collecting community.
What is the best card you got?
It wouldn't be from any of those sets because I don't really collect them. Like after after June, July, really after like May, the hype for footy cards, I guess, for my audience is really
Just
starts
down.
dying down. So I start sort of stop from there. Would be probably got a gold Charlie Curnow trophy this year. That's
Ooh.
like the rarest in the set.
They're very much like
that's
one in every
100 boxes. So that's really rare.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Pretty
I
cool.
got like
I-
one Woolies pack as well.
Yeah. I've got a 2019 Sam Walsh Brownlow predictor as like my rarest
that
one.
would be up
Yeah.
there.
It's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Let me think. It's no Brownlow predictor, but I've just lost my memory. I don't know.
Packed a it was a Sam Walsh. I can't remember what it was. It was like one of those colour splash cards, but it was zeros.
No, sorry, mine's Paddy Cripps 2019. Sorry.
Jace,
Yeah, I got a danger that year as well. That was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Mine was Sam Walsh, but it was numbered 001,
Yeah.
That's-
which
they're
is super
huge.
rare. Like
They
those
don't do
things.
the numbers in Team Coach.
Select were trying to buy back all their 001 cards at one point. They put them in a vault or something.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, so like, because they obviously don't keep any of the cards they make, they just send them all out in packs. But they're like, if you pack a 001 for these certain cards, we want to buy them off you for a good price. Probably give you a bit of stock back too. But yeah, it's crazy that the company who makes them doesn't even have the cards they want.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I've got packs from like all the. I want to do a video where I open one from every Team Coach here. I've got like maybe 5-6 years still left to go.
I'll get you some
I'm scanning on
AFLW
eBay.
ones.
I'm scanning on eBay for all the years.
It's funny as because
All
we
the
did.
old ones.
We bought some packs off eBay before Gather Round. No real intention what to do with them, just for like maybe a live stream. And then we took them to Gather Round and we bumped into Gil, and I had them in my backpack that we keep all our camera equipment in.
Yeah.
We bumped into Gil McLaughlin and we were like, shit, what do we do for a video here? Obviously can't kick the 12, already done that. So we whipped out an old pack of footy cards and it went off. Like, it was crazy how many people got
Yeah,
it.
wait,
Sure, a bit of love.
And then ever since, people have been doing. It was that packet of 2001 cards.
That's when the vintage cards started popping
Yeah.
The
up.
craze went nuts,
'Cause
and
you
I'm
were
not going to
doing
say
a
we
few as well.
we started it, but we definitely started it.
Yeah, well,
He said
we need
it.
our flowers.
You said it.
Yeah, we started it. I'm claiming it that no one else was doing 2001 pack openings
No.
until we opened one with
No, I'm
Gil.
definitely the first person to open.
I'm
Look at
still
those.
filthy. Gil McLaughlin's daughter took the Ben Cousins card.
Man, she wanted all the cards. She's like 9 years old.
Yeah,
you wanted to rob a 9-year-old girl of a Ben Cousins footy card.
Yes, I did.
That's probably fair enough. Ben Cousins pretty
Ben
good.
Cousins shouldn't be a role model.
Yeah. Oh,
In
jeez.
2001, he wasn't doing. Oh,
Yeah,
we
maybe-
don't know.
Maybe he was, but maybe people just didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But no, she wanted the footy cards. We gave them to her. Cardy, I'll get you a pack of AFLW cards before you go, so you can put them in your collection and open them on
Yep.
your stream or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's checkers checkout, no food, unless maybe. I mean, I wouldn't mind being Bonnie Too Good, so
I don't think it's possible.
Oh, he's
anymore.
actually
He's bit into it.
I don't take it for a good.
I wouldn't swallow that, man. That's.
Did you eat the whole
That's
cat
not
carry one at
right.
a time?
That is absolutely just not right. Maybe for listening at home, Trackman has just taken a bite out of a Bonnie Too Good card.
She's got no arm.
It tastes too good, doesn't it?
It's really not. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Dill.
That-
All right, well, let's get into the recap then.
That's weird as.
No, I want to.
Oh gosh.
No, I
I'm
want
a
to see
bit
what it
put-
tastes
I'm
like.
a bit put off.
See, so when we started making content, our first initial content was kicking footballs over buildings, which most of the time resulted in us kicking footballs on the roof of buildings. which was encouraging kids all around the country when it started blowing up to go outside and kick their football on the roof
of their own house and stuff.
We're starting a new trend today. Go and eat all your footy cards.
No, that's really unsafe,
Hey,
guys.
kids,
please don't do that.
Go get your trophy wild cards.
If they say me do it, if they say me do it, they'll all do it.
Oh, that's
Aaron Phillips. He's an Aaron Phillips.
Yeah,
and I'm
He's
honestly
retired, so I mean, it's in honor of Aaron Phillips.
yeah.
And he didn't bite a head off, so
His
Uh,
name's now Rin Phillips. So.
Rin
Not
Phillips.
the dinosaur, Daddy. Into recap, we're really briefly recapping the last week. We got up to lots. We normally do this at start of episodes, but we have a guest on today. Learn a lot about YouTube. Learn a lot about eating footy cards.
Yeah, for some reason.
Delicious.
But we're just going to really quickly run over our week. We'll kick it off.
We went to Deal or No Deal. And when I say we, I mean Checkman, myself, and Connor Rogers. Good man.
Some of the greats.
We went and sat in the studio audience all day. It can't disclose too much because we did sign an NDA, and last week we disclosed too much. We told the potty all about it and got in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, well.
Got the phone call to say I had to delete the potty, but that's not happening.
No,
So go back and
didn't.
listen to last week's potty if you want to hear about Deal or No Deal, but it'll be coming out next year. The episodes that we were in the crowd for, Will took his pants off. That's what I'm going to release.
Too many times.
Yeah,
It was-
I think they added that in the NDA as well, so I think we're just finished.
Yeah,
Nah,
we're
those are
finished.
right.
Anyways, yeah, that'll be out next year, so go watch it. Trey, what else did we get up to?
We played cricket. If you want to hear the big recap on that, that is at our mini episodes called Stumps. So head over to.
How many runs did you make?
I made 4 runs, but people didn't need to know that because they can go watch Stumps.
It was a big episode as well. Massive stumps.
I wasn't in on this episode. I was laid out for cricket. I screwed my knee up and had to sit out this week.
There's a lot of debate.
But I was sitting outside the change rooms waiting for you guys to finish stumps. And yeah, it goes for 4 hours. So
A few toys are thrown out the pram. That's all I can say.
I heard a lot
Very
of
big
yelling.
debates.
You gotta go watch it.
Hey, Checkman, we went back to Adelaide as well. What did we go back for?
Well, that's where I hurt my knee. We're in Adelaide. We're at the Adelaide 500 for 2 days, Thursday and Friday. Car racing. Don't know much about cars. Kept doing these garage tours where teams would take you through their garage and show you the car
I wish I knew what they were talking about.
and lift the bonnet and show you everything. This is a 5.6 litre engine with a
Twin
7
turbo
power.
jumper double
And all
double.
I could think in my head was Need for Speed. You have to press the A button to get the turbo.
Yeah.
That's all. It's all that was hitting my brain as
I kept
people were
asking
talking
where
to
do you
me.
get the star power like in Mario Kart.
For a guy that doesn't know a lot about cars, 5.6 litres doesn't sound like a lot.
I drink that much chalky milk most footy games,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
besides not anything about cars, actually very, very good weight.
maybe I have a 5.6 litre engine in me.
Maybe you are a V8.
I'm a V8 supercar. Wait, haven't even had to eat one of them.
Yeah, get that tattooed on you, I reckon.
Well, yeah, so we went to the car racing. We didn't get to watch the main race because that was on Sunday, but did helicopter ride, met Mark Scaife,
I ate a Dagwood dog.
met Carl Cox. Trey ate a big sausage dipped in crumbing bread.
It was good with tomato sauce.
And then I hurt my knee because I was racing against a V8 supercar
Yeah.
with my feet. I was trying to outrun a car going
You
230
were close a
kilometres an
couple
hour.
times.
And I slipped over and hurt my knee, which made me miss cricket, which was not very great. Sunday, we caught up with Cardman. Cardy, what did we do on Sunday? You can spit this one out, even though it was our recap. You were there.
Yeah, well, I was there for the AFLW Adelaide v North. We had a little bit of a cheer squad behind it, Icon, got a few of the posters, made a couple of decent ones. I spilled Pepsi on one of them, and then
Yes, the Crows lost by a point.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking stuff for me. Will was also heartbroken for me as well, but
We're going to go to the grand final this week, though.
It's
Cardy,
heartbreaking
who are
for
you going
the
to
team.
support in the grand final this week?
so it's North and Brisbane, right?
Yeah.
I got to go North. You know, they haven't won one yet.
So,
Yeah.
well, I had it in the bit later in the run sheet at the very last thing, but AFL grand final tips, I think it's a good time. North by how many?
Look, I reckon we've had a close final series, I reckon, so maybe 6 points.
North by 3 goals.
I think it's Brisbane by 2 points.
I'm going to say North by 14. But, yeah, come on down. We'll be at Icon Park. You going to go?
I'll be there,
Yeah.
most likely. Can this
Cardi,
guy...
you got to tell your mates to stop calling
No,
you,
he's
brother.
actually got like an issue with calling me, and it's no good.
Yeah,
Cardi hasn't learned of the put your phone on silent feature.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
He likes to know that he's got the phone calls.
No, it's the same guy every week. You don't want to... I'm not that popular.
So we went to the AFLW prelim. We're going to be on to the grand final. Definitely come down to Icon Park. And today, Shrey, who's your favourite AFL player of all time?
Oh,
It's Eddie Betts.
What'd you do today, Shrey?
I went to work.
What did you do today, Checkman?
Well, actually, you went to work. How was that?
That was okay, man. Just another standard day at the pub.
Yeah, nice. On a Monday, you went to work on Monday.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to work on Monday, but this is
Sounds like fun, man.
Yeah, mate, it was alright.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, fuck. I wish I went to work on a Monday.
Yeah, it was okay, mate.
What did you do on your boring Monday checkers?
Well, I got up, had a coffee, and then I went down to Vic Park and coached Eddie Betts' Next Generation Academy.
Yeah.
And by coach Eddie Betts' Next Generation Academy, I mean I just did a bit of lane kicking with Eddie Betts.
Yeah, I actually genuinely so flat about that. I think Caden put a video up while I was at work.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I went, there's no way. And as soon as I stepped foot through the door at home, I was like, there's no way. The only day of work, I'm working this week on a Monday. Usually I've already met Eddie Betts, who's my favourite player of all time, my idol. But hopefully we get to see him again because he's so
when
good.
you left for work, there was no plan in my day to hang out with Eddie Betts. So I was just going to go to the cafe down the road and then come home and do a bit of work on my laptop. And then got a phone call to say, come down, Eddie's doing a training clinic and they need a few helpers with some drills. And we went down there and there's a great bunch of young lads. I think they're mostly under 16 from all around Australia, from remote communities all around Australia. And they have some elite skills on them. Actually, one of the drills had to roll the footy out to them. And they had to do ground balls. And I was throwing them pretty hard. And Eddie came and said, no, throw them as hard as you can and as hard, make them as rough as you can, and they had to pick them up one touch, they couldn't juggle them.
Wow.
And most of them were doing it, and I was just like, this is crazy because I can't even just pick the ball up off the ground some days. So
it just shows how much star power is out there in these remote communities. All they do is play footy and they just love it.
And then Eddie kicked a goal from the boundary with ease, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Caden McDonald uploaded that, so you can go watch that. But yeah, Will was there too. He was doing some goal stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't kicking many goals, but I was there.
He was having a crack. That's our week. This week coming up, Speak Share Fun Run on Sunday.
Yeah, Jays.
Trey, you went for a run yesterday. How'd that go?
Blew my ankle out. I was on pace for maybe a 6.5 minute K. Got to just after a K and I rolled my ankle on a curb. So looking like I'm not probably running on Sunday, but we'll see how we go.
I stepped on a screw last week. That's put my whole week out of running. Then I hurt my knee at the V8s, which wasn't great, but it's starting to feel a bit better today. So I am going to do the half marathon with Jarrah. I haven't had any training because I haven't been able to run for last week. My feet have been bleeding from this screw hole. Yeah. And my knee's been inflamed, but going to give it a crack. Jarrah's not training either because his shins are sore from running around the MCG.
You could 10 bajillion times.
But Sunday we'll be doing the fun run. We're working on a Christmas event. That's actually what I was doing at the cafe before we got the call up. There will be a Christmas event coming up. I was hoping to get it done before we came in for this potty, but of course had bigger things were calling, like going and hanging out with Eddie Betts.
Yeah, that's so fair.
My plan this morning was to finish the Christmas event so I could bring it and present it to you, but I guess next week's pod we'll have to do that. We'll hit socials pretty soon, but we're going to hang out for Christmas time with some of our listeners.
Stay tuned. Wow. Stay tuned.
And it will be a very fun event. So, Cardy, if you're free, we'll get you there.
Yeah, sounds interesting for sure.
November... Cardy's got a nice moustache.
Oh. I wish I could grow a moustache. It's been a month. I'm trying to grow this thing.
He has got to look older.
Has got Mexican background, he said.
I don't grow much facial hair though.
Oh, the Mexicans grow good moustache.
Yeah, I think I got the wrong side of the genes, I reckon.
We'll give us your November update. You're almost there. It's come back. You don't look like a 14-year-old Willie anymore.
Yeah,
that's really bad. That's really out of context.
You don't look like a 14-year-old Taylor anymore.
Yeah, you don't look like a 14-year-old Will anymore.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't know.
We'll cut that out.
Jeez, I got a bit Josh Giddy for a second.
Someone was going to say.
Now we've got to cut.
Someone was going to say.
Now we've got to cut that out.
That's a super goal. Yes. That's funny.
Wow, sorry about that. That's... Yeah.
Oh no.
Mouth was moving faster than it could think.
Yeah, so at point of recording, it's 7:16 on the 27th of November. We have raised as a team $2,258.
We have a little bit more coming in. There's the auctions we did last week wrapped up, so there's a few of them will come in. Shrey's footy boots sold for $80.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Jim's Guernsey sold for $100.
Oh yeah, we love Jim's Guernsey.
My Guernsey sold for $100.
That's huge.
Buddy Franklin Guernsey sold for like $160, I think, and then my Fox footy jacket went for $180, which was crazy amount of money.
Yeah, that's heaps.
Jeez.
Yeah, mailing them out tonight when we get home, and we did our AFLW Grand Final tips. We'll see you there at the Grand Final. Can't wait. We'll be linking up with North Melbourne closer to a flag. They're going to be there in the crowd, and we're going to be doing some gags.
Our boys.
So stick on the socials because there will be some gags or some skit that we're going to be pulling, no doubt. Trey, good time to shine. Last week you struggled.
Yeah, I did a little
with
bit.
this.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was just me. The Big Shed boys were giving a little bit of it.
They were giggling
They
while
were
we were doing the
more than
outro. You might
giggling.
not have seen it in the edit because Will edited a lot of it out, but it took 45 minutes for
It
Shrey to
took
do the
so
outro
long.
last week.
It took forever.
Before we outro, Cardy, thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Thank you very
Great
much.
to learn
Cardy.
about the
Thanks
YouTube.
for having me.
Great
Real
to see
pleasure.
you again.
Thanks so much, Cardi. Really appreciate coming out.
Good to lock you in for a 1-game contract minimum next
Yeah.
year for the Div 12 Ressies. We'll get you
I
to
need
do the
to
paperwork.
I need to perform. I need to perform to all those people
And
watching.
good to lock in for another Cardman Golking Comp with creators.
Yes, I'm so keen for that.
We've,
All right, I'll
we've-
have to lock it in.
we've talked,
Yeah,
him,
we've done.
him into it, I think.
No, I love that.
All right.
So that'll be coming in 2024, I'm assuming, but can't wait to get down to that. We're going to plug the shit out of it. We're going to get 50,000 people. No. But
It'll be a 400-hour editing job. I reckon.
yeah,
Jeez.
that's true. The more people that come, the more editing. So that's maybe we'll get 6 people there.
Yeah. All right, yes, guys. Thanks for watching and listening. Please follow us on Spotify and wherever else you get your podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube at The Ressies. Don't forget to rate us 5 stars on Spotify and click the notification bell so you get notified when we post our podcast. Cheers.